We are the Liberty Intelligence Organization Network.
And I am the host of the News Recap Show. You can call me the Captain. And this is going to be the final segment here of the special report that I've been putting together. Really going over the Bill of Rights and all that stuff. And I basically got through all I wanted to get through related to that. Informing people about liberty and at the same time warning people that what's going on with this recent Second Amendment gun control stuff, how that really signifies something deeper within the New World Order. But what I want to get into before I really do a final analysis here and an introduction of warp speed is I want to give an update on the World War III situation. Now, those of you who followed me know that I uploaded a video, a special report, a couple months ago, really, I guess about a month ago, maybe just a few weeks ago. But I uploaded a video called World War III Possibilities with a question mark. And I outlined the situation in Syria where, the Russians have said, if anyone messes with what's going on in Syria, you're going to mess with Russia. Now, it doesn't really matter because it's all New World Order run. But what's going on is it's not really a Syrian civil war, it's an Al-Qaeda infiltration into Syria to destroy Assad. Al-Qaeda is being funded by the New World Order interests that use specific nations' wealth to finance such an industry, such a terrorist organization. And as many of you know, I've already gone through the truth of Al-Qaeda in numerous broadcasts and special reports. That the fact is they are run by money from the United States taxpayers goes to Al-Qaeda in one way, shape, or form, whether it's as a gun, whether it's as a bill, whether it's as, they get the money as something. They get weapons, they get training, they get supported by not only the U.S. but a lot of Western nations. Really probably by the UN, which is just using worldwide funds to do it. So, but basically what it is what the update is about what's going on over there is Israel recently launched an airstrike against Syria and attacked a military base. Basically, that's an act of war. If you launch an airstrike, really a drone strike is an act of war. But they did an airstrike on Syria, and in response, the Russians, who have said that Syria is their line in the sand, flew fighter jets, the MiGs, that's what they're called, flew fighter jets over Israel's airspace. That was their response. They said, you want to bomb Syria? We're going to fly our planes over you and show you what we could do to you, if we please. So it was like a little warning. Now, in response, Israel has recently said, again, I haven't done much research in this, but I heard it during a news report, Israel has responded by saying that they are going to launch daily airstrikes against Syria. Now, that's crazy, right? That's crazy. But this is a symbol, nonetheless, of something I'm about to explain. When I started the Liberty Intelligence Organization Network and started doing broadcasts and the News Recap Show, I told people the reason I was starting was because I had become aware that the New World Order was kicking things into overdrive. And the reason I knew they were kicking things into overdrive was because there was public statements in mainstream media that there was a New World Order taking over. They made an announcement on the number of different news medias where they say there is a one world government. Is this the one world government? Are we slaves to the one world government? And then you have the bankers that run the one world government saying, we have conquered the world. Basically, they said we've conquered Europe and America. But again, that's because they already conquered much of the rest. Using Europe and America. So that's how I knew they were kicking it into overdrive. If they're making public announcements, if they're coming out of the shadows, it means that something serious is going on. Well, now I say they're kicking it into warp speed, and I warned people they would. I didn't think it would happen this fast, but it did. And that's what's going on in Syria and how it's escalating rapidly signifies a shift to warp speed. Now, the other fact that shifts to warp speed, that we know that they're shifting into a faster takeover, is the Second Amendment gun control stuff. That is obvious, and the reason they're doing it, as I mentioned before, is because in March, there's a UN gun ban goes up for vote. They're voting on it in March. So they got to get the population behind it so that they can take away the guns from the people worldwide. And again, they've already done it in most of the rest of the world, but they want to do it worldwide, on a worldwide level. And that is the other signifier, that they are going into warp speed. But you got to ask why. Why, after not even very long, maybe 2 years at most after they made their public announcements that they were taking over the world. Why would they flip the switch so fast to warp speed? It was really quick. Overdrive went on, and then boom, switch to warp speed right away. Well, there's a reason. The world is waking up. People are waking up on a massive scale all over the planet, in all walks of life, from all races and cultures and creeds. People are waking up to the fact that there is a secret criminal organization that's not even secret anymore. It's public. There is a public criminal organization that has infiltrated major corporations, major banking institutions, major political machines, military operations. The military-industrial complex is the apparatus that is part of the New World Order. It is this secret criminal organization syndicate that operates on a number of levels in a number of different fields in the attempt to conquer the world, and they call themselves the New World Order. They oftentimes refer to themselves as the New World Order. And that's why we call them that. If they call themselves that, that's why we call them that. So why? Why are they doing it? Again, people are waking up so fast. And since people are waking up and we're documenting this, we know what's going on. We have the evidence. We're ready to step into the courtroom as prosecutors and say, we hold this institution and all men associated with it responsible for these war crimes, for these crimes against humanity, and for these basic disregard and destruction of civil liberties. We are ready to commit to putting them on trial. And they know that if they don't take over the world within the next 4 to 8 years, that's my timeline. It could happen sooner, but 4 to 8 years, if they don't take over the world in 4 to 8 years, they know they will be put on trial and they will be brought to justice. And they don't want to go to jail. They don't want to be executed for treason. These guys are cowards. They want to take over the world. They don't want to lose. So that's why they're going so fast. That's why they flip it into warp speed. And that's why I had to make this long, extended special report that really goes over a lot of important key information. Especially if you go back and look at the Bill of Rights stuff, the UFOs, Luciferianism as a way to understand the New World Order's mindset, and then all the recent stuff about how they're coming after the Second Amendment. So all that being said, this is going to conclude the special report. I am the host of the News Recap Show. You can call me the Captain. And as always, I want to thank people for joining in, everybody, all of you. Whether you're a zombie trying to wake up, or whether you're an info warrior who's just interested in learning as much as possible. I want to thank you for joining us here. And as always, I want to remind everyone to stay safe, to stay strong, to stay free, and to stay informed.